Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Tonight I don't have much to tell you, just a couple of things that I think perhaps it could help you to realize something. And again, all I try to do is to share information, and perhaps that point of view or certain point of view will help you to analyze for yourself, or the knowledge of looking at things in a different angle may help you to realize something. And the whole philosophy of me in dealing with life is about knowledge and looking at things from different angles and being able to have enough information to see it for what it is, rather than perceiving it and misunderstanding it and putting pressure on yourself for the fact that you're not really looking at it through a proper lens, and instead through the lens you end up seeing some picture, some movie that you have really nothing to do with having it made or making it. And that is when you go into your mind and you perceive the situation and you think that is right, you think that's the situation, and then you suffer from it because you don't understand why you feel the way you are. In terms of your relationships, basically what I want to share with you is that you seem to be, most of us boys, at least to a certain age, until we understand what's going on, we tend to think that we are supposed to setting our values and giving ourselves the value that we think we are worth by way of human being, by way of things, like by way of having a girlfriend, then I kind of attribute a certain value to myself. Having a certain car, having a certain suit, having certain shoes, having certain basketball, having certain tennis racket, having certain sneakers, where I eat, what I buy, the gifts that I give or the gifts that I receive. It seems like constantly we've been brainwashed and conditioned to think that our value is determined by either other physical beings, physical things about other human beings, or with in connection, relationship or otherwise with another human being, or with things. Like, this is what sets our value. And that is why from childhood we've been conditioned to think that's the currency of who we are, currency that sets out what we are worth and what we are and what kind of a place we have in the society based on our value. And for us, the currency that we measure our value with is things like a pretty girl, a car, the movie that I went to, the party that I went to, the disco that I go to, the things that I receive, the things that I buy, the shoes that I wear, all these things. Which I think that's basically what really we get in trouble with, because we're evaluating ourselves by a wrong currency. So you end up getting a girlfriend at any cost just because you want to evaluate yourself or put value to yourself. But you really are not fully sure or care about the kind of girlfriend that you get, because to you all it matters is the girlfriend equals value for me. As if you have no value and that is what's going to set your value, instead of saying a certain type of product, a car, certain kind of shoes, certain kind of suit would maybe enhance or complement who I am. I mean, that's the extent of it. Or certain kind of a girlfriend that would meet these certain kind of standards that I have, therefore may make me feel happy. But you have said yourself, as through the conditioning and brainwashing through the childhood, that how the societies and communities have put this through our heads, that any pretty girlfriend would be valuable more than you, and therefore you have to attain her so you can be valuable. So therefore you put up with all kind of shit and you accept any kind of thing. So in other words, you're saying it's like you're saying that I really don't care what kind of personality she has, as long as she's pretty or as long as I have a girlfriend. It's similar to, let's go a few steps further. It's similar to saying, because look, you agree that the girl who doesn't have things in common or did have things in common with you but lost the interest due to the fact that she has changed or you have changed and you don't have things in common anymore, that's the girl that may cheat on you or may break up with you, or you will do the same. You know, that's a kind of that happens only in circumstances that things are not in common anymore. Otherwise, if you guys were still hitting it off and still honest and good and kind and team and, you know, respect each other and so on, and had things in common and valued each other, cooperated with each other, then nobody would cheat anybody and nobody would leave anybody, nobody would trick anybody or use anybody, manipulate anybody, or would break it up and put the other one in pain or whatever. So if we agree to that, then by simply looking for a girlfriend, any girlfriend, it's the same as saying, all girls are capable of cheating me, and therefore I don't care. At least I want a pretty one. So therefore any one of them would be the same, and any one of them would be good enough, and any one of them can cheat me. So really it doesn't matter as long as I have a girlfriend, because all I'm caring about is what I gain from having a girlfriend, because I'm looking for adding value to myself. I'm not looking for making a life, being happy, having certain standards, building something. Because for all that, if you expect from a relationship, if you want to build something, if you want to be happy, if you want to create something, you want to last something, you need good material, good lasting material. If you want to build any house, you want to have a good foundation, you want to have good concrete pour, good material to build it, good finishing, good appliances, good connections of water and electricity and everything else. So you would really look for quality of material that you're going to use to build this construction, whatever that is. And if you look at it the same way as if you would when you want to build something with your life, so you'd be looking for a woman, or if you're a lady, a man, a partner who would have certain qualities, not just to be physically available, to have proper kind mind, compassionate, generous, caring, unselfish, with good moral values and ability to stay true, reliable, and willing to cooperate together. So together you can build. So you would be looking for substance rather than just a quantity, you know? So it seems to me that you are not really, to begin with, when you will find a girlfriend, you're not really focusing on what you want to do, you're just focusing on what you're going to gain, which is a shallow things of thinking that is where all your values are hidden. So you want to get that to get the value, where there is no psychological security in it, because you don't know who she is, what kind of a material she's built out, what kind of a substance she has, what kind of a mentality she has, or how you guys are compatible or not. So you don't know if she's gonna build something with you or just gonna break it off when she feels it's not fun for her or suiting her, or she just goes somewhere else, because if there's no standards, there's no standards. If it doesn't fit you, then there's no guarantee that it's gonna stick with you. So I guess from there we can go to this subject that then it seems like then you really think anybody out there, as long as it's not you, is more valuable than you. That's why you're okay to have them, because you think whatever you don't know is more important than you, because you think other people have some secret in their mind that when you pass by them, you're impressed by them because you think they have certain kind of a knowledge that you don't have. And that's usually because we have this feeling of everybody else is better than us, and everybody has some kind of a thing more than we do. Because when you look at them if they're having a smile on their face, or if they're having a mean face, or if they're driving a certain car, or you just judge them as if everything about them is perfect. Because you look at them as they are physically, but you don't really focus on what's in their head, the fact that you know they're made out of their consciousness, and their consciousness cannot be so much really in the way it's been built, not the content, but in the way it's been built. It's not so much different than how yours is built, like childhood brainwashing and things that they've seen, things they've read, things that the society has done, parents, teachers, and so on, religions, tribalism, nationalism. So it's pretty much the same thing in their consciousness. So if you look at them as if you're looking at their consciousness and what's in their head, what their needs are, then you will not be impressed by them at all, because you would actually be looking at them from inside. You would not guess that they are better than you. You actually know that they have their own dogmas and problems and limitations, so on, because they're also another human being, needy just like you are for everything else that we need, sustenance and otherwise, to live our lives. So don't give so much credit to the ones that you don't know just because you don't know, and then you think they're better than you. And that's pretty much what happens when you see a girl. Just because she's outside of you, you think whatever is outside of you is better than you. Most people, unfortunately, young people, think that way until they establish and build a certain kind of standards for themselves throughout their life. Now, having said that, there is another part that you guys got to consider when your relationship breaks up. Your relationship breaks up, and really she wasn't that good because of all these things that we talked about. You guys really didn't hit it off or anything, or it wore off, and but you still miss her. Many of you write me or tell me, or you're in pain and you know that it wasn't good for you, but you're still in pain. You still miss her. Why? You miss her not because she was perfect, not because she's the one for you, not because everything was good, not because there wasn't anything wrong between you and her or your relationship. You miss her because there is a security in the known. There is a psychological security in the known. What is known, the field that you know about it, the content that you're aware of, the situation that is familiar to you, the things that you already know, there is a security in it. There is a psychological security, a certainty about it. And that's what we're missing. We're always in search of psychological security. And that is why we're constantly in our own memories and our own consciousness trying to roam around and find things that are similar to what we just saw, that we don't know much about it, and we don't really observe and make sure to understand what it is. But instead, we go into our memory and find something similar to it, and we perceive this thing with what it is in here, rather than really trying to find out what that thing really is. Because there is a psychological security in the known, and whatever is known to you, want to stick to it. So the girlfriend that even wasn't working for you and you didn't like her, there was a problems or whatever, it broke up, you miss her. Even though she cheated on you, you miss her. Because there is a security, psychological security in the known, and you know her. You have history with her, you have memories with her. And all that memory seems to you as if it's known, if it's something open for you, something not sinister, something that you're aware of its nitty-gritties and angles. And that gives you a certain false feeling of security, which creates this feeling of that I want her, therefore you think you miss her. You really don't miss her for qualities, you miss the known. So that's why your consciousness, your memories, your thoughts are always roaming around the field of the known in the consciousness. That's the field of the known, that the thought is active and tries to find things that makes us feel comfortable. That's why you keep thinking about memories and the past girlfriend or past boyfriend that you had, and so on. It's not because you really think they were great, it's because knowing something and the memory brings a certain kind of a feeling of security, because it's the field of the known. Anyhow, that's enough for now, for you to just realize that what you're missing is really not the quality in the person, it's just a certain psychological stage that we are all hoping to find in life, which is psychological security and a certainty, which pretty much is never to be found because the field of the known constantly changes, the consciousness changes, and everything in the universe changes. So there is really no such perfect psychological security, but to a degree you can find that, and that's usually how you try to find it, through the known. That's why you think what you have missed, what you've broken up with, is better than anything else that you may find later, because you know about this. Not that it is better than anything else that you're going to find, because you're definitely going to find much better for many reasons that I've discussed it in other videos, but you think that the one that you know is the best one for you, and not because it is the best one for you, it's just because you know about it. You know? No different than a car that you know all the buttons and how it works, where it goes fast, where it stops, or the bicycle that you really know how it works and all these things. You have a certain feel of security because you know about it, good or bad. You know, it's known to you, nothing closed, nothing secret about it. And the field of the known brings some kind of a psychological security, and that's what you really mostly are hung up on, and you keep thinking, I miss her, I miss you. Don't miss her. You just want what was your order, what was known to you, what was apparent to you. So, on that note, I don't have much else to say tonight. I wanted to just share this with you. Have more value for yourself and expect something from the girl that you're trying to have a relationship with. Don't just say, I want a girlfriend no matter what. Okay, just come and okay, doors are open, I'm yours, because I want to be valuable and you bring value to me, like you're better than me. No, listen, girl or boy, you want to have a relationship, you're a woman, you're looking for a boyfriend, or you're a man, you're looking for a girlfriend. You can't, just because you want it so bad, to put up with any kind of a shit that you get. You gotta have standards. What do you want for this girl to bring into your life? What is she bringing to the table? And if you're a lady, what does this guy bring into the table? Just the guy to sleep with? Feel good? That's pleasure. That's not really relationship. And pleasure doesn't last long. All pleasures are short term. I don't think of any pleasure other than if it's a lifelong projects and involved mental and philosophical theories that you're trying to put to work in life, and you follow a certain kind of a regimen that becomes your routine and your ritual. I really can't think of many pleasures that are long lasting. Like we all want to be healthy and have a good family and have good children and have good partners or whatever, and so, but good food and all that, good sports and be healthy, but that's a given. That's what we all want. But we're talking about pleasure. Pleasure, like you go to a movie, you go horseback riding, you go play tennis, you make love. These are all momentary. So pleasure cannot bring you happiness longer than the duration that it lasts. If you're looking for happiness, you got to be looking for something substantial, something that stays solid and can be relied upon, something that lasts. And that is the ingredient they should be looking for. For that, you need to have standards, expectations, material that you can build something with it, not just look good. Okay, you look good and you made love, and then now what? Nothing up here to coordinate, to collaborate, to understand and share and build. Nothing to build. And if you don't build anything, well, there's nothing there to last. So first we got to build something, then expect it to last. And to build something, we need good material. If you need good material, you got to know what kind of material you want for the building that you want to build. So you got to have expectations, standards, and talk about it before you guys really get serious with each other. What are you bringing to the table? What are your intentions? How serious are you? You know, don't just sleep with someone and say, okay, that's my girlfriend, or, you know, okay, now we're together. But that was a pleasure. So, on that note, wish that was something for you to ponder, and I wish you have a wonderful evening or day, and talk to you soon.